According to Walter Bochting, a professor of medical psychology, transgender means having a different gender identity that is different than what one was born with. For example, a transgender person may self-identify as a woman even though she was born with male features. This is different from sexual orientation, which refers to sexual attraction and behavior. Not so long ago, even today too, being transgender was not socially acceptable. Discrimination in the form of bans on hiring transgender people would result in poverty, a poorer quality of life, even violence that could result in death. All of these were widely practiced to make transgender people feel unwanted and unaccepted. In fact, discrimination towards transgender people occurs within the LGBTQ community itself, despite the fact that these communities also experience discrimination. Discrimination like in Sweden, which used to classify homosexuality as a mental illness and was protested by people who called into miswork by claiming they were feeling a little homosexual. In 1980, the book Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, or DSM, listed being transsexual as a form of mental disorder, specifically known as a gender identity disorder. Criteria for this disorder were created and included in the DSM to identify and classify people as transgender. Not only that, WHO, or the World Health Organization, also has a role in classifying being transsexual in their global list of medical conditions called the International Statistical Classification of Diseases and Related Health Problems, also known as ICD, in which transgender people were considered to have a mental illness. However, in the latest version of WHO's ICD, being transgender is no longer considered as having a mental illness. In fact, the latest DSM release now classifies it as gender dysphoria, which means there is distress in the mismatch between one's biological features and what one identifies as. A coordinator from WHO, Dr. Lale, said that this step was taken because we have a deeper understanding that transgender is not a mental health condition, and leaving it in its former position would create stigma. With this, transgender people can begin to have more of the freedom they deserve. Many celebrate the removal of transgender from the list of mental illnesses, but some people are still against it. What do you think? Please write your opinion in the comments column below and express it as best you can. If you like our first video, you can share it with your friends and involve them in this discussion too. Don't forget to subscribe if you are interested in more content that we have to offer. Thank you, and see you in the next video.